Hi, my name's Hallie, and I have nonverbal learning disability. There have been several people on the internet that have been making videos, and so I thought that I'd make a video to add to this whole, collection on YouTube. So, here is mine, just kind of explaining what the disorder is and how you can live with it on a daily basis. Yeah, so I didn't write myself notes. I'm a big note taker. I have notebooks and notes, and so this is going to be kind of a free flow thing, so we'll see how it goes. So first of all, I like to be very, very organized, and kind of having this haphazard brain, I try to overcompensate by keeping myself that way. I keep a calendar on a bulletin board next to the kitchen, and I keep a paper planner I do have a smartphone. I have a smartphone that has a calendar. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know how screens work, but it has the monthly calendar on it. Yeah, you can't really see that, but so you could add stuff there. I don't use that as much because my thought process is all you can really do is add the event, and then if you don't look at that screen, it's out of sight, out of mind. So I like to use the paper calendars, and it's kind of old-fashioned, but I went 10 months using a digital calendar, and by October, I was like, nope, can't do it. So I ended up buying this little $4 one from a big box store, and now I've been doing this again, and this has always worked for me. And I like it because I can write big old notes, I can highlight things different colors, and I can use different color ink, which helps me incredibly for everything that I need to do. I like to box stuff out some of my days. This is summer, so there's not a lot of stuff in summer. But yeah, so it keeps me incredibly organized. You can see how, you can't do that on digital. I guess you can, but I like to write, a lot of stuff into it. So now that October is coming soon, and this is going to be dead, I've now upgraded to a big kid. Ooh, much bigger. It's going to be a much bigger version. I went on to eBay and got what is this brand? The Franklin Covey binder, and you buy everything separate, but they actually do these through October through September of next year, so I can get the tabs, and then I have address tabs and blank paper, and this is going to really help me because I'm not actually going to use them I am going to use them as address. I have the blank paper because I work in a nonprofit field, and so I can add all that information in. But organization, like I said, is extremely helpful for me to keep my brain together. When I think of the nonverbal learning disability, I like to think of the computer window tabs, where if you look at one person, you might see that they have one or two tabs open on the computer. Like they might have their email open, and they might have the news, I don't know, the Huffington Post or something that they're reading, and then maybe Facebook. But then you look at somebody with nonverbal learning disability, and they have Facebook and Gmail and this craft project and the bus directions and their doctor's office and 30 other tabs, because these are all projects, or they all are correlated with each other, just like boom, boom, boom. And so they have like 30 different tabs open. that they're all going to get to today, and they all have something to do with each other. But they have 30 tabs open on one window. And you can't even really see what those tabs are because you can only see like 1 or 2 little letters. And maybe at that time you should open another window and, you know, manage out your tabs. But, you know, if you thought about that, that'd be a really good thing to do, to open a second window and manage your tabs. But that's, like, you don't think about that until now, like when you're not even working on the project. So that's how, in my thought process, how the NLD brain works, is you're thinking of one project, like, okay, I'm going to be working on dinner now, but before you can work on dinner, you have to go put the laundry away and scoop the litter box, and oh, I have to answer this email and make a phone call, and I'm gonna go grab the mail, and and so I have to like fight the fortress of 8 different tabs before I can get to dinner, and then it's no wonder I eat dinner at 9 p.m. every night. And so when I try to tell people that being NLD is just a little bit harder, everything in life is just a little bit harder. Like, we can't just do things. We can't just get from point A to point B. I mean, everything in our brain is just like, it takes this little, like, you know, Hobbit trail. What is that? The Amazing Adventure. I mean, because we see things. We see things a little brighter. We see the tiny little details. I mean, unfortunately, sometimes you miss those broad, like, oh, yeah, I missed that. I missed the big, giant purple elephant in the room. But, hey, did you notice he had orange manicure? Yeah, I mean, yeah, so I mean, it's frustrating to me because something that should take, 5-10 minutes, like 45 minutes, 2 hours down the road, like, hey, I'm still answering these 2-3 emails, still making these 2 calls, and it's now been 4 hours. Like, I wish I could get this work done today. And so, I mean, the best advice I can give is to get a time management plan that works for you, and and to stick with it. Like I said, I have a couple different redundant systems because redundancy really, really helps me. I mean, I have doctor's appointments that will send me a text message and an email the day before and the morning of, just so that they know that I can't remember sometimes. Just sometimes writing it down in my planner is not enough. And so sometimes I just need that little extra boost. And sometimes that's just what you need, is just a little bit of help, a little bit of support system. Because sometimes things are a little hard, but sometimes things can get better. So, thanks on this first video on just being an NLD adult.